If you clicked on this video, that means that you missed the beast that used to score marks like crazy in exams. That means that you missed that guy who used to study for longer hours in a day, that used to work very, very hard. So that means that if you clicked, that means you want to make the greatest, the biggest, and one of the most memorable comebacks, academic comebacks most particularly of your life. And I promise that in the next few minutes, I'll make things clear. I'll sort the things out, all the things that you need in order to make your academic comeback. So let's dive into the video and don't waste any further time. So first thing that you need to keep in mind while preparing for an academic comeback or while being in the process of academic comeback is you have to disappear. You have to disappear from the lives of people, from the lives of your friends, from social media, from your phone, from WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You have to turn all those things off because if you don't disappear, that means that you cannot focus on yourself. So you have to disappear. If you respect yourself enough, you are man enough to get away from things, to move away from things that destroy you, then only you can make an academic comeback. Disappearing is very, very, very important. There was one of this line that uh, I know when to appear in people's life, and my biggest gift is that I know when to disappear. I don't know how many of you have heard about this line, and I may be wrong. Some words were there, I'm forgetting. But let's leave that. The point is that you have to disappear. Once you disappear, you can focus on yourself. Focus completely on yourself, and that is very, very important. Second thing is that you have to work, you have to study, you have to understand that nothing's gonna come to you just like a piece of cake. There is always, you all have heard about the Newton's third law. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So in order to receive results, like in order to get straight A's, you need to sacrifice certain things, you need to give up upon certain things, you need to sacrifice sleep, you need to sacrifice blood, you need to sacrifice sweat. And blood and sweat not in the literal meaning, you all know what I mean by that. That means you have to make certain sacrifice, and then you have to sit at a particular place and get studying, get doing. And once you do that with full intention, like you are totally intentional, you are like, yes, you don't care what others think about you, you don't care if that guy sees you like, oh my god, he's a hardworking guy. You don't care about the compliments. You're like, I am doing this completely for my own self. I respect myself enough that I feel that I deserve this. And when you are in that mentality, when you are in that mindset, then man, no one can stop you. The universe is like, it will start acting like your guide. It will be like, okay, man, you're working so hard, you deserve this. I'll give you straight A's in exams. And this law is not valid only in academics, but also on all the things in life. You can never ever get anything without sacrificing. That's very important to remember. Then the next thing is that I would say it's about dopamine. Never tell people your goal. Never tell that I want to score 98% in my 12 boards. Never tell them that I want to go into IIT Bombay after cracking JEE Advanced. I want to go into AIMS Delhi after cracking NEET. I want to become a lawyer. I want to become a CA. I want to become a doctor. Don't tell those things, because whenever you say that, and they start, they start appreciating you, and they start putting you on a pedestal. And what that thing does is that it triggers some sort of dopamine in your mind, and you start feeling like you have achieved your goal. And that gives you a false perception, that gives you a false feeling, right? So if you'll have that feeling, you'll no longer have the motivation to work. That's one thing. Never tell people your goal. Only those who are very close to you, like your parents, tell them that I want to be one of the greatest, that I want to be one of the greatest in the world. Mom, I'll be one of the greatest in the world someday. Just tell them these things, because they are the people who are like, who will pray for your success till their very last breath. They can never, never, ever they can betray you. Remember that thing. And then moving on, we have, cut out negative people from your life. Those who say, you're not doing, you are just kidding, man. You are not working that hard. Those who are demotivating you, those who are saying, come on, man, you cannot do it. And just And you know what happens when you stay in this kind of toxic environment is that you start doubting your own potential, and that is one of the biggest killer of dreams. You doubting your own self. So cut out negative people, stay with positive people, stay with people who say, come on man, you solve that question, okay, how can you solve, tell me. So where there is, exchange of perspectives, like, okay, I did it this way, you did it that way, okay, no problem, we found a new way. There's change of perspectives. They are telling you, they are reminding you day in day out that you are saying, I don't know whether I can do this or not. They are telling you, come on man, why do you think that you cannot do it? You have every power, you have every potential in the world to make this thing happen, and you can make it, you can do it 10 times. What are you saying? So surround yourself, and once you are in that high energy field, you start seeing that you start seeing that you are in that high energy field. So you start absorbing those energy, you start doing more work. You're like, okay, someone is there that believes in me, and even if no one is there, I am there for me. And that's one thing that you need to learn. That's one thing you need to learn in life, and also while making an academic comeback. And now the very next thing is planning. There's this beautiful quote that planning to fail is no, it was failing to plan is planning to fail. Yeah, so this is yeah, very relevant and very good, and I think it's very relatable also, this quote. Once you plan on a daily, weekly and monthly basis, and keep an active record where you missed out. What can you do in order to make up for that missed out part? you know when you plan very, plan very broadly, plan very in a very great manner, and when you execute, do it the same way, the very great manner. Because once you plan and once you execute, planning and execution, deadly combination. You can win anything in the world with that. So yeah, that's planning every day, making to-do lists every day, making your weekly goals, your monthly goals, and in accordance, see, weekly, so monthly. So you can connect the dots, right? Yeah, that's one thing, planning. And then choosing to study smartly, yani smart methods to study, like active recall, then you have spaced repetition, then using flashcards for learning, and other smart methods of studying. You can have a look about what are smart methods of studying, and using that, you can leave a lot of competitors behind. When you choose smartness, smart work along with hard work, that's a deadly combination that can take you anywhere. So always, whenever you are working hard, also make strategies like, okay, how can I be a step ahead of all those who are working hard? And that's where smart works comes in. And when you start working smartly, when you use techniques which are proven to get better results, then my friend, you are ahead of the 90%. And I think that's all that I've got to say in this video, and I wish the best for you. May you achieve all your dreams, may you achieve all your aspirations, and keep going, my soldiers. Let's go.